job is that I get to help coordinate and tell the story of the good work that the university is doing and the history that we have with our student veterans and for our military programs. So I'll give you a few highlights, and I don't need this to be very formal, so if anybody has questions or you're helping me and you want me to stop, just please go ahead and do that. It's quite informal as far as I'm concerned. But a few numbers and some highlights here. We have about 950 student veterans at the university. We also have about 200 military dependents, spouses and family members, and we have about 250 ROTC cadets. So you put that together, there's about 1,400 military connected students at the university. Princeton has 12.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. Or at least they had 12 in 2018. They started off with 1 in 2015, and then there was a big celebration that they'd increased the numbers to 12. Right, and what it shows you is that the university has a big commitment to bringing in student veterans and military-connected families. What the university does that's very unusual for Research One universities is admit transfer students. Most big research universities, private research universities, don't think transfer students have much to offer. We think they have a tremendous amount to offer, and so we bring in, sometimes it's 1,000 a year. And in that population, the community college transfers, we get a lot of our, we call them prior enlisted veterans, people who join the military right out of high school. They serve, they're a little older, non-traditional, they go to community college and they come to the university. And so the university has a history of welcoming transfer students, community college transfers, and therefore student veterans. So we are a veteran-friendly campus, which is very important, and a transfer student-friendly campus. Whenever I talk with student veterans, especially when those who are coming through the university and thinking about transitioning to a 4-year university, I always tell them USC is the perfect place for veterans because we have a warrior for a mascot.
Yes. Yes.
And then I also tell them, by the way, our mascot is not a bear or a duck or a tree, right? Okay, we have our warrior for a mascot. I mean, Stanford's a fine school, but tree for mascot? We have a warrior. And so, a little bit of a test for the group. Yes. The 5 words on the back of Tommy Trojan, the attributes of a Trojan, are the words that we often think of when we describe veterans.
What's that?
So, between all of us, what are the 5 words on the back of Tommy Trojan?
Faithful, scholarly, courageous, loyal.
Almost. We had faithful, scholarly.
Yep.
There's another one beginning with S. Skillful, courageous, and ambitious.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine when veterans walk around campus and they see that this is what the attributes of a Trojan are, it really describes a lot of what they've been doing and what they committed to do when they decided to serve. USC has a long and proud history with the military. We've been doing it for over 100 years, and so it's part of our DNA, you might say. There's a wonderful photograph in the library's archives from 1918 when there were about 900 young men on a field that was called Bovard Field at that time, enlisting in the Students' Army Training Corps. And they were getting ready to go to war, and not many universities have a history with the military that dates back to the First World War. Now that was, the Students' Army Training Corps was in advance of the ROTC, which I'll talk about in a second. Here's another question for you. It's a bit of a trick question, a little bit of a trick question. I know Nina knows the answer, but she might not know the trick answer. Nina has graduated from our ROTC programs. So how many branches of ROTC programs do we have at the university? It's a trick question, but okay, I'm here to give you the correct answer.